Making $5,000 in 1 month sports betting in 2024 and heading into 2025 has never been easier. Plus EV betting in general has not been more popular than it is now. The tools even are faster, more accurate, and we even have AI giving us slips to tail. Literally anybody can be doing this. If you scroll Twitter and you find people that are plus EV betting, you can see there is so many people that are up thousands of dollars every single month sports betting, including my man on Twitter, Bosa Bets, absolutely crushed September with NFL being back, up $6,179 using the tools at Daily Grind Fantasy to help him find bets with an edge and beat the books last month. I'm going to show you guys exactly what Bosa Bets and many others did last month to make so much money sports betting. But remember, he might be up $6,000, but if you're a $5 unit bettor where you're placing $5 on every single bet or slip on PrizePicks, then winning $1,000 in 1 month is really good, and you should still be proud of that. However, not everybody bets the same amount as Bosa or anybody else that might even bet more than him. And that kind of rolls into the very first thing I want to tell you guys about this strategy. You are not going to win a lot of money long term if you're being reckless with your bankroll. If you have $1,000 in your account, then $10 should be your bet size, right? If you have $500, $5 should be your bet size. General rule is never put more than 1% of your bankroll on a play or a slip. Having $500 in your account and placing a $50 wager makes 0 sense, and you're asking to have to redeposit in a very short time period. So yeah, don't be an idiot with your money. But what is positive expected value? It just means profitable sports betting, right? Finding plays that have a mathematical edge against whatever book you're placing it on. In your question, how do you know what's a good bet? How do you find a positive EV bet on, let's say, PrizePicks or any of these other apps? And I'm glad you asked. You would use a tool like Daily Grind Fantasy that's going to help you compare sportsbooks lines and odds back to PrizePicks or any of these other DFS apps like Underdog, Parlay Play, Bettor Picks, doesn't matter. You use a tool to help you because it is really hard to manually plus EV bet, right? You have to know what's up on the PrizePicks board, then also go to each and every sports book to line compare and look up whatever game and player prop it is that you're looking up. And there is just not enough time to do that before PrizePicks bumps it. You need this information easily accessible and convenient to you. Daily Grind Fantasy pulls in all of the information from the sports books and DFS apps to one place for you to easily navigate this info. But what's very clutch is it does the math on the back end to find the true odds percent to hit a play has. But how does it do that? It takes the juice that is being given via the sports books for these player props and removes it, right? It removes the juice, which is the money that they're making from you just placing that wager on their sports books, to find the true fair odds percentage, also known as odds percent to hit. And then you can find what has a really good chance to hit and play those plays on PrizePicks, Underdog, Parlay Play, Bettor, any other DFS app. So then how do you line compare? What does it look like when you are finding a profitable bet? You can see right here at the very top, we have 3 different data points, right? These are only DFS apps. Sportsbooks do not have lines for these preseason NBA games, but we can still use these as reputable data points, right? Because every single one of these books are setting their own lines independently, and they want to make money off their customers. So it's in their best interest to set these lines and odds as accurately as possible. So let's use them to our advantage. We see that PrizePicks has Jalen Johnson set to 9.5. We have Underdog as a data point set to 10.5, and then Parlay Play setting this at 10.5 as well. You have 2 reputable DFS apps saying this should be set to 10.5, and then PrizePicks off by itself at 9.5. So there is some value taking the over on PrizePicks when comparing to what the rest of the market is establishing at. Same thing with Kevin Durant here, 12.5 and then 13.5 on those 2 different apps. But look at Nafisa Collier. Let's look at this one. A couple more data points for us to look at, right? Nafisa Collier set to 30.5 on PrizePicks for points and rebounds. It's telling you to take the over of 30.5 on PrizePicks, but look at, why is that? We have FanDuel set to 30.5. We have Bovada set to 30.5. And Parlay Play set to 30.5. But if we look at their odds, we're seeing that FanDuel is juicing this over at -136. We have Bovada at -145. And Parlay Play at -147. All 3 of those books are heavily juicing the over of that 30.5 number. And then we can see that two books had this even bumped up higher at 31 on underdog and 31.5 on hot streak. We get this play at 30.5 at minus 119 odds on PrizePicks. So we are getting the best possible number in odds on PrizePicks comparing to what the market is establishing at, saying that this should probably be around 31 or 31.5. So take advantage of it and play it on PrizePicks. Michael King right here, you can see set to 5 on PrizePicks, but 5.5 on every single other data point possible between the sportsbooks and DFS apps. So clearly there is some slight value taking the over of 5 on PrizePicks. Line comparing with the tool or an odds screen like Daily Grind Fantasy is pretty easy in general, but even easier is what I mentioned earlier. AI can literally line compare and find the best value for you and then just spit out slips for you to tail. You can see there is long shot parlays that are spit out on Flip, and then look at this PrizePicks slip. We can reveal this and see what is in this slip, and with one click of a button on PrizePicks, it's going to load up our slip over here, and all we do is put in the amount you want to win, and you have a profitable PrizePicks slip entered in with one click of a button basically, and you know that AI is line comparing just the way you would be to find value, and you can trust that you are getting long-term profitable slips and just simply tail AI and know that you are going to be winning money long term. It's basically a speed cheat code to getting in the best value before it gets bumped or removed. It's also up almost 2,000 units since launch in last year, 2023. I will leave a link down below for Daily Grind Fantasy. If you want to check it out, you can use my code DustinDGF and you will get 25% off your very first month. When I tell you this is what people are doing, I am not kidding. Literally, Bosa Bets posted this on Twitter, a slip from the AI slip generator. Here it is. He tailed it, ended up putting in the Caleb free square instead of RJ Harvey under rushing yards, which RJ Harvey also would have cashed this slip anyways. And you can see he ended up cashing out for a 25x on PrizePicks, $10 to win $250 on that specific slip. But let's get back to this odds percent to hit and why it's so big. Being profitable on PrizePicks or these other DFS apps comes down to hit rate. How often can you hit your individual props? And if you do want to start winning more money long-term playing PrizePicks, then you need to stop playing 2-mans and 3-mans. People that are winning $5,000 a month playing PrizePicks are not playing 2-mans and 3-mans. I can promise you that. They are doing it the right way, playing 5- and 6-man flexes. Let me break it down for you and why hit rates means so much on PrizePicks, right? Playing 2-mans, you need to be right almost 58% of the time on your individual legs in your 2-mans to be profitable long term, right? 3-mans, even worse, almost 59% of the time. But 5- and 6-man flexes, you need to be right just 54.2%+ of the time on your individual legs, in the long term that is, to be profitable playing those slip types. So sure, they are easier to hit as far as 2-mans and 3-mans. You're going to win less often playing 5- and 6-man flexes, but mathematically, they are the easiest slip types to profit playing PrizePicks. So yeah, it makes sense. You're gonna hit more 2-leg parlays than you are 6-leg parlays. 6-leg parlays are hard to hit, guys, but because of the payout structures on these slip types, mathematically, it just makes sense to play 5- and 6-man flexes compared to those 2-leg parlays, because it's harder to sustain profitability playing those 2-leg parlays than it is playing the 5- and 6-leg flexes. So it's as simple as this. Use Daily Grind Fantasy or whatever to find 5 or 6 plays that have above a 54.2+% chance to hit and get them in slips together and continue doing this. Do it at volume. And also, let's remember, variance is a thing. You're going to go on a good winning stretch, but there's inevitably going to be negative variance that comes in life and hits you, right? You are going to lose 18 slips in a row before you hit your next one. But guess what? If you lose 18 slips and then hit a 25x, you are extremely profitable over that stretch. You just have to trust the process and continue doing it. And that's why I told you, manage your bankroll so you can stay in the game as long as possible. That's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys take this information and implement it and you make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or even $5,000 like Bosa Bets did last month this coming month. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We post sports betting content like this every single week.